hit record here. That'll be fine. All right. Do one of these. Get us laughing.
Get us laughing.
I'm going to do one of these. Hello and welcome to a Bag and Board board bite. We just decided to name it a board bite because we're reviewing board games or card games, as this one might be. We're bringing to you this week a review of Splendor. It came out in 2014, and this was published originally by Space Cowboy, and I believe Asmodee picked it up. The designer for this game is Marc Andre.
Andre.
It should say right here.
It does.
You guys can read it. I can't. But that's one of the fun things about it. So, this is a real easy game to learn. It's basically what we're playing as is what? Gem merchants?
We're playing as gem merchants during the Renaissance. And we are buying gem mines, transportation, and then stores in the Renaissance.
It is a renaissance of wealth. Because we were able, every turn, you have 4 options. You can take one action of these 4 different actions that you can take. You can take basically 3 different gems of different colors. Or you can take 2 gems of the same color as long as there's 4 gems available to the pot. Or you can reserve a card by taking a gold coin and also any card from the playfield, or, as I throw things down, one of the cards from the deck. And we keep it secret.
And that specifically is then yours, no one else can buy it.
There is a hand limit of 3 cards in your hand, and get rid of, if you want to pick up another card, you better basically purchase the card that you have. To purchase the card, you pay the cost that's shown on the lower left-hand corner. Yes, I don't know my left and my right. I actually had to check. So this card here would cost 2 diamonds and 1 sapphire. What's blue? Sapphire?
Blue coin.
Blue gems. We're not gem merchants from the Renaissance. We don't know our gems.
We don't know
they're
our
red.
gems.
They're pretty. And they're nicely designed, right?
They're very heavy-duty, nice, like poker chips.
Yeah, a little wider than an actual poker chip, I think. These are a little, maybe just as thick, but they're got some nice weight to them, as you can hear the click and clack right now.
I wanted to do it too.
Yes, he did. The game is why you're purchasing these gems is, and mines and transportation and everything else, is to gain prestige. The player gains prestige by collecting cards with the number on the upper right-hand corner. Oh, nope, still upper left. And that is a prestige point. The player to 15 first basically wins, but the round continues until everybody gets the final play. And then it's whoever has the most prestige at the end of the game wins. So if somebody hits 15, other people have a chance to get above 15 on their last turn. I feel like I've been talking a lot.
I think you're doing a great job, because I don't remember the order that we're doing things in.
Ah, that was gameplay.
Oh, that was gameplay!
And now, final thoughts.
Final thoughts! Paul brought this game one time when we were playing game night, and I fell in love with it. It is such an easy game. You can teach it to just about anyone, and within maybe the first round of play, you get it. And you understand what you're doing, how you're building up things. I've even taught it to my mother. When I have to have dinners with her, I bring this so that I don't really have to talk to her. I can just play a game. And easy play, a lot of fun. She enjoys playing it. She always asks, "Did you bring the gem game?" And most times I do. But no, it's a lot of fun. And just, it's like kind of that mindless kind of card game fun that you can just play with your friends.
I'm surprised that you say mindless. Like, I always go in with a strategy. Like, okay, this time...
There is no strategy!
Oh, I go in always with a strategy. I'm like, this time I'm going to collect all the gold gems. I'm going to get development cards and just take them all and see what happens. Or I'm like, you know what? I'm going to
you got to keep changing it because somebody else just wipes the floor with you and you're like, I was collecting all the greens. What happened?
And it is a tactical game. It's not so much a strategy game. You can go in with a strategy and see how it happens. Normally I lose. but I feel like it's very reactionary. Probably because I'm never allowed to go first. Because in the rules, it's the youngest person who goes first, and I play with my wife, who's
You start playing with me.
Who's only 5 months younger than me.
Oh.
But she always gets to go first. So I'm constantly like reacting to what she's doing. Like, especially
it's only
down
the
in
first
beginning.
time. The first time you play. The next time, if you're playing the same day, right after the other one,
Explain that to my
you
wife.
flip it and you go first. Then
No.
it says that probably says that in the rules.
Probably does. But no, youngest player goes first.
Not every time.
Every time.
Start of the game. It's ridiculous.
It might be ridiculous to you. But I'm narrator.
That's ridiculous on you.
But, you know, where you're like, oh, this is worth 1 prestige, it's down the bottom. You know, I'm going to try to get 4 of these, of the diamonds right away, so maybe I can get 1 prestige point and start building my way up the ladder. And then that card goes away real quick, and you're like, now I got to switch over here and do everything else. I think coming in, you kind of can get a little, like, man, there's a lot of cards here. Should I go for all, you know, here's 7, it's worth 4 points, that'll be huge. But I feel like a lot of times when I play, these cards up top don't really matter because 15 is such a short number. And you're looking at the board and you're like, how can 15 be a small number when the majority are 1 and 2, worth 1 and 2 points? Because how quickly these cards come out and how quickly they get bought. Where I never feel like a long-term strategy really works out because of that.
It's basically playing the game that's in front of you and playing, if you're going to play against that person and watch what they're doing. I'm not one of those people. I kind of focus on what I'm doing. My girlfriend's the opposite. She plays against you. She watches what you're doing, seeing that you're collecting like the red gems, and then she takes all of them and holds on to them, and then buys all the red cards. Because one thing we didn't talk about was the fact that once you buy this card, like say you buy this one, you then have an extra red gem that you hold on to that you use to buy other cards that cost the red gems.
And that's how you work your way up, basically, this ladder, is by collecting these, and then makes everything else cheaper. Or as my wife likes to call it, couponing the game.
It's the couponing game.
It's a coupon game. Up top, we didn't explain this either, the visitors that gain prestige, these nobles, when you collect cards of these, so 4 emeralds, 4 rubies, if you have 4 of these cards in front of you, they, at the end of your turn, will come to visit and they will score you the 3 prestige points. That is the only free action in the game, is a visit from the nobles. But I think it's a lot of fun. I normally play it 2 players, just me and my wife.
And I play it 2 players, like myself, my mother, myself, and my girlfriend. And sometimes with Paul.
Yeah. I think at 4 players, it's you definitely throw strategy out the window. You're just, it almost feels like once you get to 3 to 4 players, you're no longer really worried about what the other people are doing. It becomes a solitaire game where you're just trying your best with what is left in front of you. Granted, you could still, you know, try to hoard coins, but especially once you get to 4 players, I think that doesn't work out to the best.
No.
The strategy. It never feels that way. I've tried it a couple times. That's why I tried to hoard the gold ones once, and that even didn't work out for me. It's very tactical. Every turn, you just have to throw what you were going to do out the window and figure out what the best move is for you at that moment. But a lot of fun.
It is. And I'm John.
And I'm Paul, and thanks for watching.
We should talk about Bag and Board at some point.
Yeah. Well, if you like this video, we do a podcast that talks about all sorts of nerdy culture stuff. Comic books, movies, board games, TV, video games. Basically, all-encompassing. I will talk shit about computers. Right, John?
That's true.
Over at bagandboard.com. You can find it on iTunes as well.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's good. I think we're done. Was there more?
No.
I think that's good for our first one.